Just how much can you stash away into retirement accounts in 2021? Hang around and I'll tell you. Hi, I'm Jared with Carlin Financial Group. For the best information about retirement to help make sure you don't outlive your income, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to be notified when we post new videos. In 2021, whether you're looking to max out your 401k or IRA contributions, understand how your income could play a role in how much you can contribute, or simply find out what's possible, we'll answer all of those questions for you in this video. We'll start with the accounts that most people out there have access to. Your employer plans, like your 401ks and 403bs. These plans allow you to defer a portion of your salary into the plan before you pay tax on it. But the IRS only lets you get away without paying taxes today on a certain amount of money. This year, that maximum contribution that you can make, not including any employer match, is $19,500. Now, if you're over 50, the government realizes that you're getting closer to retirement and potentially needing to rely on this money, and so they allow you to put a little more away in what are commonly referred to as catch-up contributions. Now, they do limit those as well. But if you are in the over 50 crowd, you can save an additional $6,500 into your plan that may also be eligible for an employer match this year in the form of catch-up contributions, for a total potential pre-tax contribution of $26,000 that will again lower your taxable income this year, but make you subject to income tax on the full amount of contributions and growth when you take the money out in the future. Now, these contributions all must occur within the calendar year for which they're to be applied. The next most common type of retirement accounts that people will save into are IRAs, or individual retirement accounts, both traditional and Roth. While everyone is allowed to contribute to a traditional IRA, not everyone can contribute directly to a Roth IRA due to income limits. In 2021, IRA contributions are limited to a total from all of your IRA accounts of $6,000. What that means is if you have multiple IRAs, say one traditional and one Roth, or two Roths, two traditionals, whatever the case may be, all of those accounts are aggregated into calculating this contribution limit. Meaning, if you put $3,000 into a traditional IRA and $3,000 into a Roth IRA, you've reached the limit. You cannot contribute $6,000 to each account. Something that is a rather common misconception, however, is that you can in fact contribute both to an employer plan and to your IRA in the same year, up to their respective limits, of course. Now, there is a catch-up contribution allowed for IRA owners over 50 as well that lets you save an additional $1,000 this year for a total of a $7,000 IRA contribution limit for those of you over 50. One of the unique features of IRAs is that, assuming you haven't maxed out your contributions for the year, you can make a contribution up to the tax filing date for that year, normally April 15th of the following year. There are some income limits that pair with IRA contributions. For traditional IRAs, they deal with how you're taxed, and for Roth IRAs, they determine whether you're allowed to contribute at all. If you are not covered by a company plan like a 401k, the traditional IRA deductibility limits will not apply to you. If, however, you are covered by a company plan and also contribute to an IRA, those IRA contributions will only be deductible up to certain income limits. In 2021, for couples who file jointly, that limit is $125,000 with a phase-out that begins at $105,000, and $76,000 limit for individuals who file a single or head of household with a phase-out beginning at $66,000. The phase-out means that within that range, you may still be able to deduct a portion of your contributions, but once you've reached the top income limit, your contributions will no longer be deductible if you also have an employer plan. Roth IRAs have similar phase-out periods, but when discussing the Roth IRA, the limit is not to tax deductibility, as Roth IRAs are funded with dollars you've already paid taxes on, but rather your eligibility to contribute at all. In 2021, if you're married and filing jointly, you can make up to $198,000 before the amount you can contribute to a Roth IRA begins to phase out, finally terminating at $208,000. If you're married and make more than that in 2021, you are not permitted to make direct contributions to a Roth IRA. The same is true for individuals with income between $125,000 and $140,000. Within that range, your eligibility to contribute will phase out and terminate at $140,000. What other questions do you have about saving for retirement? Leave a comment down below and we'll do our best to address it. Now, there are some less common retirement accounts that some people out there may have, and they also have contribution limits. A simple IRA, for example, allows contributions via salary deferral of up to $13,500 in 2021, with a catch-up contribution for those over 50 of an additional $3,000, which again could be eligible for matching employer contributions depending on the plan. Finally, if you have a simplified employee pension or SEP IRA, the limit for 2021 is 25% of compensation up to $290,000, limited to a maximum annual contribution of $58,000. Catch-up contributions do not apply here. I hope this video has been informative and given you an understanding of just how much you could potentially save in retirement accounts this year. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell so you won't miss out on any of our future tips. And give this video a like and share it with a friend. And as always, live today, plan for tomorrow.